Yes, your writing's very nice. It's very good. Yeah. Is anybody here younger than 21? 19? Not yet.
19.
In my afternoon class, I teach elementary, and there were some new students came from Saudi Arabia. And one of them was only 16, and you know he'd come into the room and he'd, should I sit here? You know, and I was looking at him, and he was, well, the teacher's looking at me. So you know, it's just he's very young. So you know, he's using his time and energy being nervous. Whereas you don't have that problem, do you? You're not nervous, are you? You're mature, confident adults. So you've got more energy to spend on learning the language. All of you have got great potential in your English. One day, and it's going to be a different time for each of you, but one day there's no reason why your English shouldn't be perfect. So, say a New Zealand tourist goes to your country and they ask you for help in something, and you just come out with this beautiful, probably New Zealand English. And they say, wow, what beautiful English. They'll be impressed. And that's the level I think you can reach. It doesn't have to be a New Zealand speech, but you know, you'll have a very good level of English. Just keep going, okay? It's the confidence that's important. Okay? Don't lose heart. Okay? You can do it. And you're on the downward slope now. You've done the hardest part. And so you've gone up the top of the hill. You're almost at the top of the hill. So upper intermediate, you should be getting onto the top of the hill. And then after that, it'll be easier. You're almost there. Most of the hard stuff is over. Right? And now I'm going to give you something that you may change your mind. But let's have a look anyway. This bit Ali wants more practice and word gaps. He's leaving today. I thought we'd do a word gap. This one might be easier because it's a little story. So just take one of those, Junior, and pass them along. You should all have a double-sided one.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't look right. Have you all got double-sided?
Yes.
Yes. Good. Okay. Well, here's a little story about Mrs. Bailey and her little daughter Julie. They were coming back home from shopping when they saw their neighbour Mrs. Perkins standing outside her front door looking very upset. Now, while I read this, don't think. Okay, just feel the language. If an English word pops up into your head, write it down. Okay, it'll only be one word. But maybe 2 words will come into your head, write them down anyway. Okay, so that might help you understand what the one word is. Okay, so when I say hello, what's the
Problem.
Write down what you think the is. If nothing happens, if you don't think of something, it doesn't matter. Okay? So just let the word come into your head naturally. Okay. Hello, what's the You do look miserable, said Mrs. Bailey. Oh, I've done a silly thing. I've locked myself said Mrs. Perkins. I don't what to do. If only I weren't so fat, I'd be able to get in through the window and open the door from the That's small window at the side of my house isn't fastened. Mrs. Bailey thought for a moment. Mrs. Bailey thought a moment and then asked Julie to climb through the window. Mrs. Perkins wondered if Julie would be tall enough to reach the door handle when she got in. Julie said she would try. So the two ladies helped the to climb in over the windowsill. They anxiously by the door, peeping through the letterbox. They were very pleased they heard Julie behind the door. She to reach out, turn the door handle and release the lock. Mrs. Perkins pushed the door wide and with a of relief stepped into own home. Thank you very much for your Julie. Here is 20 pence for you to spend. Mrs. Bailey said that Mrs. Perkins had been this time, but wasn't rather dangerous to the window unfastened as burglars might get in. Only they are thinner. I am, replied Mrs. Perkins. Okay. So, how many of you are there? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Excellent. I'm going to put you into 4, 4, 4. Share. If you wrote any words down, tell your partners what they were, and then you can talk about, is that word correct? If you wrote 2 words, think of the meaning might be right, but maybe you can think of 1 word that means the same. Okay. All right. Get into your groups and compare notes.